I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with Josh Reed. Oh God.
Oh Lord, we're already starting?
God.
This is our fifth take today, and we still can't get out of the gate.
They killed Daredevil. Oh, they ruined him. They ruined him. They didn't kill him. This is not a spoiler. I think everyone knows Daredevil was showing up in She-Hulk, but they ruined my boy.
We were concerned.
They ruined my boy.
We were concerned that Daredevil was going to be a lot like a Hawaiian shirt Kingpin.
Yeah.
And Daredevil is a lot like Hawaiian shirt.
He might as well
Kingpin.
have a Hawaiian design for his costume.
Right. Yeah, it was, and a little hat, you know. Oh, jeez.
Don't worry, no She-Hulk spoilers yet. I mean, everyone knew Daredevil was going to be in the show, so it's okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into it, you know.
Oh, God. But we did see a good movie this week.
Yes, a very interesting movie for sure.
I mean, I liked it.
It was good. I liked it. I just, when going back and doing some research, I became a little bit more disappointed in it. But it was a good movie nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, not everything happened in that movie. Maybe a lot of it didn't really happen, but
We'll definitely talk
that's
about
really beside the point.
I guess in a movie as a
The movie is, yeah.
it was fine. It was a good movie.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't we learn this in school? Oh, okay. That's right.
None of it.
Yeah. But no, Amsterdam was, I mean, the performances in that movie, you know, Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Robert De Niro, there's so many people.
Everyone. Jesus.
Yeah. Almost every speaking role was a famous person. So we'll talk about that later. But first, let's talk about the Hollywood Hogwash. So we had some new trailers come out this past week.
Right.
We had a new Black Panther trailer that came out Monday morning after this podcast was released. Mm-hmm. And Josh was like, hey, man, you want to do a watch along? And I was like, no, I was asleep. It was super early. I didn't get much sleep, so...
Well, there was a reveal in the Black Panther trailer, too. There was a reveal, and I think we now know who Black Panther is. There's no doubt about it now.
Well, so
it's Siri.
Well... Huh?
It's Shuri.
Shuri, not Siri.
Siri.
Hey, Siri.
Someone's
Well, she's when they show the posters. I mean, obviously, Black Panther has boobs now. We saw that from the costume,
right?
And you know, she looked very good. But in the posters, like Shuri's in the forefront. Like she's, you know, it's like one of those Star Wars posters where it shows a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. But Shuri is like the main one, and then Namor's next to her. There are theories, and I think this is gonna be the case.
Interesting.
That there's more than one Black Panther.
Like they're trying them out to see who the best Black Panther is, type of thing, maybe,
or that's just what they're gonna do going forward. Like we can't replace Chadwick Boseman. The respectable thing is just we're gonna have a few of them. Like I think that was Shuri,
okay,
the one they showed, but I think
there's still gonna be other Black Panthers.
Maybe also like maybe Michonne. I forgot her name in the movie, but the actress that plays Michonne on The Walking Dead is in Black Panther. She might be a Black Panther as well. Maybe the big
tribesman guy?
Wakanda guy that he lives in the mountains or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's an interesting theory. You know, I could see that. You know, it's such a great character that maybe they got to spread it out amongst a couple other people.
Right.
You know, it's having one defender of Wakanda maybe isn't the way going forward. Maybe you have multiple defenders, and it's not like
plus
you
you're
can't
gonna
have one suit.
You're gonna have Ironheart.
Ironheart, yep, she's in there.
Yeah.
The other takeaway from the trailer that I really liked was we got to see a little bit more of Namor.
Right.
And you know, his movements. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like his winged ankles. You know, he was kind of like stepping on air, going back and forth. It was really cool. I really like that.
His winged what?
He has wings on his ankles.
On his ankles?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize that. I saw him like it looked like he was jumping on nothing.
Yeah, I think that was part of the stuff.
Is that because he can
I'm not
because
very
he's from
familiar with
water,
Namor.
so like there's water in the air, so he can do that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not really sure about the Namor character.
I don't know much about Namor.
I'm trying
the most
not to know so I can learn more.
The most I know
movie.
about Namor is from like the Ultimate Alliance video games. I just remember he's an asshole. He's kind of an ass.
Well, can you blame him? It looks like his whole family was burned to death.
By who?
Or something like that. Wasn't that like maybe his family was killed? and
How do
he's
you
coming
get burned
back
to
for
death in the
revenge?
water?
Well, because like in one of the scenes, there's all that like fire in
Right.
the water and stuff like that.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm interested. It's funny how all of his people look like, the Avatar creatures.
Yeah, that's so weird. And then next, the month after is Avatar.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't understand.
But no, it looks good. I mean, it's like, two giant, countries battling each other, right? Basically.
Yeah, and we've never seen this country before either, the underwater country or whatever.
Yeah.
Their Atlantis version.
Yep.
But yeah, we're also probably going to get more Ironheart. Ironheart, I think, had a scene in the trailer where it looked like she was doing Iron Man things, which is
She has her own suit.
Yeah, I guess she builds it in Wakanda. Maybe.
Well, they have the technology.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Looks good.
Good trailer.
Yeah. We also had a teaser for the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Oh no.
It's only like 90 seconds, and it's just Jack Black as Bowser showing up to some castle and like fucking everyone up, and then at the end Mario shows up like he
In a
ends up in
different
like the
scene.
mushroom world,
He gets through one of the
and he
portals,
looks confused,
or one of the tunnels.
and he's voiced by Chris Pratt, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, where am I?" It's like. That's. I mean, we knew this was the case. They said
He's not gonna have
that
an
he's not
Italian
going to
accent.
have the Italian accent. The famous Mario like voice,
Right.
and it's really a shame because that's what we all know Mario sounds like. But I guess in 2022, where everyone gets offended, we have to not have a stereotypical Italian accent. But I think Italians are like they're not offended very easily.
I don't know.
I want the Italian accent.
I think Chris Pratt was more like maybe I couldn't do it, or maybe it just sounds funnier as an American Mario. I'm not really sure, but
It's not.
it was really kind of off-putting. You get so used to hearing the way Mario sounds for decades.
I think when we first heard about this, it was like, what is he going to be like? It's a me, Mario. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But no, he's just a white guy.
Hey, it's me. Where am I?
Yeah.
Jesus. I want to try to eat this mushroom.
And why does
don't eat
Chris
that
Pratt
mushroom.
have to voice every main character?
Because Chris Pratt's awesome.
He
man.
also did the Lego movie. What's funny, you
right.
sound like the producer for the movie remember when they announced it, we watched that video?
Which one?
And when they were announcing the cast of the Super Mario Bros. Movie,
I must have.
and he was
missed
like, Chris Pratt is going to play Mario. He's so cool. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Chris Pratt's amazing, guys. Of course, he's going to make a great Mario.
I mean, yeah, I like Chris Pratt, but
But it's also weird. Like this movie seems like way too kidsy, and I thought it was going to be a little bit more. Not like it was going to be a rated R Mario Brothers.
in
but I
Marvel,
thought it was going to be kind of more geared towards adults. Because
No!
we're the ones that played Mario. We spent decades playing Mario.
no,
as
they
children.
still have new Mario games. There's still young people that play Mario. Joe's youngest son, I mean, he's in high school now, but he's a big fan of Mario.
Interesting.
So yeah, they can't make an adult Mario game or a movie.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to be like the movie Mario Brothers.
They cut your head off. Oh my god!
I knew it wasn't going to be like the Mario live action from way back in the day with the Koopas and now the overly dramatic Italian guys with John Leguizamo and who played Mario?
I don't remember his name.
Those guys were a little bit overly Italian.
They also weren't Italian. But who cares?
But I was hoping for a little bit of a different Mario, and this seems like to be a little bit too kidsy.
I'm just really curious what Donkey Kong is going to be like with Seth Rogen.
Oh,
voicing
Jesus.
him. That's what I was
Like
hoping.
this.
I was hoping for in the teaser trailer. I was like, oh, come on, show Donkey Kong. I want to see Seth Rogen. I want to see Donkey Kong like smoke a joint and then start coughing.
Her throat's a barrel.
Yeah. When does this come out?
No, Super Mario Brother comes out, I think, summer next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it is.
Who plays Luigi?
Yeah, April. Luigi is Charlie Day.
Oh, yeah, this is a totally American cat.
Anya Taylor-Joy plays Peach. We just saw her in Amsterdam.
Oh, snap. Okay, yeah.
Keegan-Michael Kay is Toad. It's so weird. He didn't sound anything like him, so obviously
No.
he's doing a good voice there.
Interesting.
Fred Armisen is playing Cranky Kong. Who's Cranky Kong?
I don't know.
I know Diddy Kong. Oh, Sebastian Maniscalco. He plays Spike. I don't know who Spike is.
Spike is one of the Koopas.
He's like the main one or something?
No,
I didn't
he's
know
like
that.
one of the Koopa minions.
Aren't the Koopa minions like just those little shit things?
Oh, not the Koopa. He's plays one of like the mini Bowsers or whatever. You know, like there's different forms of Bowser.
Oh.
Or I guess Bowser's sons or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, Spike
I like
is one of
him.
them.
Yeah. Well, all right, we'll see. There'll be more trailers down the line. And then they also released a trailer for Violent Night where David Harbour plays Santa Claus, who violently stops some bad guys. And speaking of John Leguizamo, John Leguizamo's like the main bad guy in this movie.
Oh, weird.
But it's rated R, and it's like just this very violent action movie starring Santa Claus.
An elite team of mercenary breaks into a family compound on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it looks so great. I can't wait to review this. I
Interesting.
think it comes out early. Yeah,
December
2nd. So we're definitely, and that's in theaters. So we're definitely reviewing this movie when it comes out.
That's interesting. Like
Looks awesome.
like Bad Santa, but like evil. Or
Right.
not evil, but like an
He's
action
not,
Santa.
Yeah, he's not evil. Yeah, he's just a badass.
But I kind of like these like riffs on a Christmas movie. Like I love the Bad Santa movies; those were hilarious.
Yes,
And
those are
this one
good.
looks like it could be pretty fun. And of course, Die Hard's.
And David, I just love that David Harbour's like getting starring roles. I mean, I love
Wow.
he was great in Black Widow. He was. I love that he's going to
right,
be in
yeah.
the what is it? Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Is it what was he? The Red Knight? Red something?
No. Red Guardian.
Red
I
something.
think it's Red Guardian,
Red Guardian.
something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, good
so
for David Harbour.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But that's all for trailers. Let's get to some of the news. So the Wrap reports that Ezra Miller has recently filmed more reshoots for the Flash movie that will never come out.
Oh, interesting. So they are killing him as soon as they're like, Ezra, we need to film you a couple times just jumping out of a porter. Batman says, what the fuck? And he kills you.
Well, I would imagine that if they were going to kill him off, they would have to do it in a way without him knowing.
Probably.
You
'Cause
know?
he'd spoil it. He's an asshole.
Why does Batman have a bazooka? Don't worry about it, Ezra. Batman doesn't use guns.
We're filming a different
So,
scene.
why does Batman have a gun? Oh, because Zack Snyder came in. He's directing this scene.
That's funny. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. Seems like this movie might be coming out. I mean, why would they be filming more scenes?
Come on, Josh. This guy's gonna fucking kill someone before this. Like the night before. What if he murders someone the day before this movie's supposed to come out?
No, well-
what would they do?
They would definitely scrap it for sure. But
The
no,
day before?
I would-
They'd
I'm
probably be
sure.
like, there's nothing we could do. It's already, oh, shoot.
No, they'd wipe it from the servers, just like Batgirl. But no, I'm sure what they're doing is he comes out, he films his scenes, he goes in his trailer, and they just lock his door. They wrap the whole trailer with bubble wrap. There's no way he gets out. There's nothing that he can do.
That's true.
They
They're
make sure
probably-
there's no children anywhere on set.
They're probably paying him just to, like, keep someone, like, from the studio with him at all times.
For sure.
Like an accountability buddy.
He has a babysitter everywhere he goes. I would believe it.
I bet. I would bet that was probably the deal. I mean, remember the whole deal? Like, Warner Brothers was like, hey, come back, say you're gonna get help. We'll fucking give you more money.
Mm-hmm. We'll donate to some charities randomly, in your name, because
And then he came back and he was like, sorry, I fucked a 14-year-old girl. Oops.
Oops, my bad.
Like, what?
But I'm the Bengal.
I guess they're just
ghouls.
hoping that no one finds out about that story. But it's like, it's public knowledge.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on. He wants to riff on the KKK. So, I mean, this guy's lost
If y'all want
his
to
rockers.
die.
He's off his rockers.
Yeah. It's Ezra Miller, a.k.a. the Bengal Ghoul. Like, what?
But clearly, there's no way that there can be an Ezra Miller going forward, right? So
No.
there has to be a way he dies
There's no
somewhere
way.
in this movie.
Yeah, or he just goes away.
Right.
They have like some old ADR of him just saying goodbye. And they'll just use that.
Robot
And then a
voice,
new
goodbye.
Flash actor will walk on the screen.
Right.
Yeah, I mean with technology now in movies, they could kill him off without him knowing.
But yeah.
And introduce like the Flash actor from the TV show. Who knows?
Yeah, especially since that show's getting canceled. So or ending.
It didn't end already?
No, I think this is their final season. I think it's like season 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's my Flash. Not Ezra Miller. Although I can't remember that guy's name.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Flash show. I remember that was first on at the same time as Daredevil. And when season 2 of both seasons came out, I was like, oh, what does Daredevil do for season 2? We got the Punisher. What does the Flash do? My girlfriend's pregnant.
It's a CW show.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to get the Punisher on... Could you imagine
But don't
what
worry,
the Punisher
'cause
would be like on CW?
That'll turn... Well, we know now it's going to be on Disney Plus. It's the same thing as Disney Plus. Daredevil's girlfriend's going to get pregnant on the first season of Daredevil.
Can the She-Hulk get pregnant? Oh, shit, that's a spoiler.
That's not going to be his girlfriend. All right, so Deadline reports that Marvel has hired Michael Waldron to write Avengers Secret Wars. Waldron has previously written season 1 of Loki and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay, I could get down on that.
I liked both of those things.
Short Loki was, of course, the best.
Yeah.
And then Multiverse of Madness wasn't too bad.
When is Loki season? I guess it's next year. Probably like early next year.
I hope soon, because I kind of miss my Lokis.
I think it's going to be like early next year.
I need me some Sylvie and some Loki in my life, to be honest.
I'm gonna guess February. That's gonna be my guess.
Yeah, because it's going to be a long while after She-Hulk. I can't think of the next one that comes out after that.
No, it's the Sam Jackson one.
That's first?
Yeah,
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. What is it again? Secret. Not
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Christian Bale recently told GQ that he did not enjoy all of the green screen sets for Thor: Love and Thunder. Bale said, that's the first time I've done that. I mean, the definition of it is monotony. You've got good people. You've got other actors who are far more experienced at it than me. Can you differentiate one day from the next? No, absolutely not. You have no idea what to do. I couldn't even differentiate one stage from the next. They kept saying, you're on stage 3. Well, which one is that? The blue one. They're like, yeah, you're on stage 7. Which one is that? The blue one. I was like, where? So this makes sense. I mean, especially for an actor like Christian Bale who goes 110% every single time, when he does a role. Like, oh, Dick Cheney, I'm going to gain 60 pounds.
Right.
The Machinist, I'm going to lose 100 pounds, be a Skeletor.
So I guess what that means is we're probably done seeing Christian Bale in the MCU.
Probably. I mean, I understand where Bale's coming from. It can't be easy. You want actually to feel like you're on a real set.
Yeah, you want to immerse yourself in a character.
You want it to
it's
feel
hard to
real.
immerse yourself in a place that you're just surrounded by green screens.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all seen the footage of like how they film these, Marvel movies, and it's like, what the shit,
right?
Like when what's his name was playing Thanos,
Josh Brolin.
Yeah, and then like they had he had like this whole thing, and then he had something
Thanos head on top.
Thanos head on top because that's where the actors need to look. Like they don't get to look at Josh Brolin when they're having these intense scenes. They have to look up at the Thanos head. Not
only that, but like, sometimes you could have having an intense scene and you get the monster with the green suit, and you gotta have a scene with a guy that you're not really having a scene with. Right. Technically, you're just acting by yourself. And doesn't Robert Downey Jr., whenever he's playing Iron Man, he acts with himself? When he's in the suit.
Well, I mean, a lot of them, like Olsen.
Black. Kate. It's not Caitlin Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen, who plays
Black Widow.
No, not Black Widow.
Jesus Christ.
Wanda.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, Wanda. Sorry, I'm tired. Anyways,
it's early in the morning.
She was saying how like when she filmed the scene in Multiverse of Madness where she, kills all the other heroes, like she was like, yeah, we filmed that by myself. Like she wasn't in the room with John Krasinski or anything like that, and that's how a lot of these movies get made.
It's so weird, right?
Yeah. So I guess that was an easy way to keep it a secret.
That's true.
By not telling anyone.
Yeah.
Or showing him to anyone, even the actors. But what do you got?
I got a couple things this week, and some interesting things of note for sure. So we all like Weasel in the Deadpool 1 and 2, but it seems like Weasel is not going to be a part of Deadpool going forward.
Yeah, we've known this for a while. I know TJ Miller recently spoke on it again.
Yeah, he was talking on the Adam Carolla show. And let's see, this is a quote from him. We had a really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone's like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like heroic. Oh, Lord Jesus. Horror.
Okay, enough, Josh, please. Good fucking God.
Heroically.
Jesus. No.
Horribly.
Horrifically.
Jesus Christ. I should have just said horrifically.
You did not say it right again. Horrifically mean to me. Just skip the word if you don't know it.
I do
but
it.
to me, as if I'm Weasel, he's like, what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you don't do enough. You just do enough exposition that's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie. Sure, he's riffing. That's exactly why he said that, because I'm not funnier than he is. All right. But I think he got super famous from the first Deadpool. Things kind of changed. I don't know. I would work with him. Would I work with him again? No. I would not work with him again, but I've said that about Michael Bay, and now we're friends. Yeah, so no, like when TJ Miller got canceled, I think it was like in 2017. He had some Me Too stuff about him. That was when like they first said that like no, TJ Miller won't be in any more Deadpool movies going forward.
Oh, I didn't remember hearing
so,
that.
I mean, this thing that TJ Miller is talking about, that could be the case as well, but it sure seems like they distanced themselves from him after the Me Too stuff.
Right. I mean, for some reason he thinks that Deadpool hates him. So
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
Ryan Reynolds. I don't know if that's true or, like you said, more they're just trying to space themselves from him. But, Weasel, R.I.P. Weasel.
Yeah.
The other thing I have is apparently the Wonder Woman 3 script is complete, says director Patty Jenkins.
Oh, that's so great. I can't wait to see that.
While speaking at the Myrta Film Festival, she says, I always plan a 3-movie arc. There's a story that goes through these 3 different movies as a whole.
Nope.
But even now, I just wrote last week the final scene of Wonder Woman 3. So I think it's kind of interesting, like, what is the arc? What is the story that they're trying to tell?
I think
is it all with
I think the arc is that they'll finally have a good movie.
Maybe.
No, I mean Wonder Woman. The first one was good. It wasn't great.
First one was
was
fine.
good. Second one was
shit.
dog shit. And I can't believe they kept the same writer.
Yeah.
Is she the writer and director? Or she's just the director, right? Or
maybe she directed number 2. But the other thing I kind of am confused about with Wonder Woman is like going forward.
She's the director. Yeah, she's the director.
For both of them?
Yes.
Okay.
For all 3. She's not the writer.
Oh, just the director?
Yeah. But I mean, why would you keep the same director after that Wonder Woman movie was such garbage?
Well, you can't
Woman 1984.
You can't fire a woman on a Wonder Woman movie, I guess.
Just get a new woman.
Just get a new woman. They're all the same.
No, you get someone else.
Yeah.
Give someone else a try. When Jon Favreau made Iron Man 2 and everyone was like, that movie sucked, they fucking replaced Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
He was the director of the first 2 Iron Man movies.
The one thing I am kind of confused about is like, DC really has like, they're kind of nowhere right now and they have no direction. So like, how can you tie Wonder Woman into the DC universe when they have no direction?
That universe is so discombobulated. I mean, I think that's what the hope is with the Flash movie is that, oh, it's multiverse. So look, we have Michael Keaton, and now now anyone could be anywhere.
Right.
That's where they're going with it. That's how they're gonna try to fix it.
Maybe. So the other thing I have is remember the movie Rust?
Rust?
Yes.
I never saw. I don't think
It
I
hasn't
saw
come
that.
out yet. That's the one where Alec Baldwin killed someone.
Oh, remember the movie? Yeah, no, I didn't see that movie.
Well, remember hearing about the movie
Yeah.
Rust. So per the Associated Press, the family of Helena Hudgens, the cinematographer that was killed, they have settled their lawsuit with the film producers and Alec Baldwin.
Right.
And filming will restart in January.
Ugh, just kill it.
And the funny thing that I thought about, that I saw when reading about this, there's still 4 other lawsuits pending.
Yeah. Well, that was the husband's lawsuit, who is also I think a producer on the film. So like, yeah, he's getting like a big cut of this movie, and it's like, all right, I get it. You want some sort of compensation since Alec Baldwin's not going to jail. I mean, I think whoever handed Alec Baldwin a real gun should probably go to jail.
Certainly with a real bullet.
Like, I get that Alec Baldwin did not practice safe, do it safely, because even if it is a fake gun, you're not supposed to point it at anyone. Right. And he was pointed at the camera where they were standing behind. Mm-hmm. But you've seen in movies where like the camera's moving when shots are going off, and they're like point blank in the camera. So maybe it's all remote, but
Not
still,
really
like
sure.
Alec Baldwin thought it was a fake gun,
Right? He didn't know until the pulled the trigger.
Who the fuck
for sure.
gave him a real gun? That's the question.
Well-
These happen in Hollywood. It's happened a few times with Brandon Lee. That's how he died on the set of Crow 2. And it's just like, why are there real guns?
Yeah.
Period. It seems like very set up. It's very weird.
I don't know about.
It doesn't make sense to me.
But it is very.
If we
strange,
filmed something
for
right
sure.
now, if we wanted to go film something right now, I have a bunch of fake guns that look real, but they're not real.
I don't know if I would trust you, Andrew.
No, they're right up there. They're right in the closet.
Oh.
They're all. I could show you. They're heavy too. Like they're airsoft guns, but they're not real guns.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you put these these things inside so that when they shoot, like smoke comes out. It looks cool.
Gunpowder?
No, it's not gunpowder. You idiot.
But it is weird, like, especially with so much drama in this movie, I don't understand how it's going to be any type of success when it comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to watch a movie where Alec Baldwin literally killed someone?
Well, it's not. That's not in the movie.
No, but
Maybe if it was in
still, I mean, you're watching the movie knowing that someone died on the set. It's kind of weird.
Well, hold on. First of all, have you seen the Dark Knight trilogy, Josh?
I know someone died making that too.
I think a stuntman died every fucking movie. Yeah.
I know. I remember one of them died in
Christopher
2.
Nolan's killed a few stuntmen.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the only other thing I thought was pretty interesting this week was the Rolling Stones released a top 100 list of the greatest TV shows of all.
I don't think we have time to go through this list.
We don't have time to go through all 10, all 100, but I thought it would be kind of interesting to go through 10 and see what you think was missing.
Okay.
So let's see. So
Well, how did they compile this list? Is this one person, or did they take a poll, or what?
I think it's one person just kind of sharing how like a TV show kind of like made its mark in TV.
Sure.
So at number 10, we have the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Okay. I never saw it. Can't comment
Never saw
on it.
it. Number
9.
Number 9,
9 comes
Atlanta.
after 10.
No, I went the wrong way. I went to 11. Number 9 was Atlanta. I never saw it.
Oh,
but
that's the Donald Glover show?
Yeah, but I hear a lot of people say it's really good.
I've seen a couple scenes.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Number 8, Cheers. Of course.
Makes sense.
A lot of people love Cheers. I've
Yep.
seen Cheers a lot. Number 7, Mad Men. Never saw Mad Men.
No, I never saw Mad Men.
But everyone remarks on how good it is.
yeah.
A good drama. Number 6, Seinfeld.
I was waiting for Seinfeld.
I thought it might be in the top 5, but 6 is probably fine.
Uh-huh.
Number 5, Fleabag. You have seen
I
Fleabag,
love
right?
Fleabag. Yes,
I've never seen Fleabag.
Yes, I love Fleabag. It's only like two. It's only 2 seasons. I think it's only 12 episodes total.
And they're quick,
It's very
too,
short,
right? They're like 20-minute episodes or something?
No, I think they're an hour,
They're an hour? Okay.
or maybe they're a half an hour. Yeah, I think they're like a half an hour.
So give me like a quick sales pitch on why someone should check out Fleabag, because I've never seen it.
Well, it's kind of like she does the Deadpool thing where she breaks the fourth wall in the camera.
Better than She-Hulk?
No, I said when we started watching She-Hulk, I said it's a shitty ripoff of Fleabag because Fleabag actually looks in the camera and she's funny. I think you would actually love it.
Okay.
But no, it's about a woman's like dating life in London and how like she's just kind of like mentally broken.
Oh, so it is like She-Hulk.
Yeah, but way better. And it's hilarious.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's only 12 episodes, and yeah, they're all like under 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I would check it out for sure. I love that show. I have no problem. I mean, top 5 seems like crazy for like but I really liked it. Yeah.
Number 4 is one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and that's The Wire from HBO. Amazing, gritty drama.
Never saw that.
Love it.
But no, Fleabag is so like it's so short. It's only 12 episodes. I've watched the whole series 3 times.
Oh, shit.
Because it's only it only takes a few hours.
I'll check out an episode next week, and I'll let you know what I think.
Yeah. You're gonna check out a few episodes because after the first one, you're gonna keep watching.
Number 3, Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Of course.
it's got to be on there.
Redesigning TV as we know it.
Yep.
Number 2, The Simpsons.
Hey.
Hey.
Does it specifically say like seasons
No.
4 through 10?
It just says it all. That says it all.
I mean, at this point, The Simpsons have had more bad seasons than good.
Right.
Because the show's been on for over 30 years now, but yeah.
But it's certainly like a defining TV show. Of
I would say like
generation.
the first 12 seasons, like especially like from season 3 to 12 or
Is that
excellent.
before they hit the movie or after they hit the movie?
That's way before the movie.
way before the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
And number 1, I think, is no surprise, Sopranos.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I mean, they kind of like redefined a genre,
Yeah.
where you kind of root for bad guys, kind of weirdly enough.
Well, see, I never rooted for Tony Soprano. I hated that fucking guy from the first episode. That was my only problem with The Sopranos was I couldn't root for anyone. Everyone in that show is
Not even
just
Carmella.
Carmella sucked.
She was the first Skylar White.
She was awful. She's not as bad as Tony, obviously, because
No.
he's a murderer, psychopath. But like, she basically supports it,
Pretty much, yeah,
and she reaps all the benefits.
yeah.
But no, Carmella's terrible. Adriana was like the only innocent person on that show. When they did her dirty, I was so mad.
I was really broken up about Christopher's death, but yeah,
Christopher was a piece of shit.
Christopher was a piece of shit, but he was like Tony's son. AJ's a
how do
dumb
you
shit.
feel? How do you feel bad for people that beat women and murder people? Like just
Because Christopher's misunderstood. He's
no, he's
misunderstood.
not. No,
He's always getting squeezed,
no. Look, yeah, he grew up in it just like Tony did, just like all these mobsters do. They grow up in it, but you still have a choice at the end of the day.
Still
Yes,
a choice.
sure, they're products of their environment, but still, that doesn't mean you're a good person. When you were born, you were good.
Yep, that's true.
But yeah, no, I just, yeah. No, look, The Sopranos is a great show. I really enjoyed it. I don't root for Tony Soprano like I did with like Walter White or anything like that. But
Right.
even so, the last season of Breaking Bad, I hated Walter White, and I think
And it
there
wasn't until the last episode where he finally got his redemption.
a little bit. But no, I think there probably wouldn't be a Breaking Bad without The Sopranos because
For
The
sure.
Sopranos was like the first show that like had like the bad guy as the main character.
For sure.
I mean, movies had that, but I don't know that TV shows necessarily did.
Not that I can think of. But the things that I was kind of disappointed didn't make the top 10, of course, Better Call Saul, Game of Thrones, they were ranked in like the 30s and 40s. But, interesting list. I like looking at these lists and seeing where people have things ranked.
Right.
It's kind of neat.
It is. All right, let's talk episode 8 of She-Hulk. right, so again, I think this episode was better than a lot of the previous episodes.
It was the
but
first time where it was like finally interesting.
she finally did superhero shit. And only
Superhero
because she wanted to get laid. That was it.
She had some thirsty eyes for Deadpool.
Well, it was more than that. She kept looking in the camera like, am I going to fuck him?
Oh. She should have said, I'm definitely fucking him.
I'm going to fuck this guy. Yeah, I mean, it's so trying to be Fleabag, but it's just not. And when we first saw this leapfrog guy, I immediately was like, wait, did Judo Master, did Judo Master jump from, did he get traded to Marvel?
That's funny.
He looked just like Judo Master. If you don't know Judo Master's in the Peacemaker show.
Peacemaker. Leapfrog has some weird rockets too. The Tony Stark.
But I mean, their
Stark
costume
rockets.
is the exact. It's the
Pretty
same
close. Thing. Rip it and rip it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And look, I know Matt Murdock isn't the. Obviously he's a vigilante, but isn't representing your tailor like a conflict of interest?
You would think so. You know.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Maybe he's just trying to do him a solid.
And like Murdock. And Jen, Jen has Leapfrog as her client who's suing the tailor for a malfunctioning suit. And again, Jen is a horrible lawyer. And Murdoch schools her.
Right.
Why did they make her a terrible lawyer? Oh, and by the way, she's winning Female Lawyer of the Year. Why? You're the worst lawyer I've ever seen on a TV show or movie.
I wanted to talk about that last week too, because that's when we kind of figured out she was winning an award. And I was like,
yeah.
What scenes have we figured out that
Nothing.
she was going to win an award?
She's the worst lawyer ever.
Well, she did get Emil Blonsky off.
Oh, wow.
That was about it. That's the only thing that I saw her do that was lawyer.
Because she had Wong teleport to. Oh, please! This so bad. She's the fucking worst lawyer ever.
Yeah.
He just takes her to school. Matt Murdock wins the case in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
He wins the case. Think about that in 3 minutes, and then She-Hulk. What does She-Hulk do? What does Jen do? Does she take any responsibility for losing the case? No, she blames her client. What? You used rocket fuel? What? How about you find out? Why don't you do some research? You're the lawyer. That's what we call discovery. I don't know much about being a lawyer. I really don't know much at all. I just know from watching Better Call Saul. That's it. I don't know much. Right. But it's just aren't you supposed to find that shit out? Yeah. My cousin Vinny, where he goes, he finds evidence and shit. Are you supposed to find this stuff out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just okay, I'm just going to represent you, and that's it. There's no
taking responsibility. Just the idiot man. And by the way, the first decent man in this show is Daredevil.
Well, of course.
At 8 episodes in,
he's Catholic,
and it's only probably because he's blind
and Catholic.
Yeah. So She-Hulk and Daredevil have a fight without touching each other. And just how Daredevil won the case in 30 seconds, She-Hulk won in 30 seconds.
And only because she could do hulky things.
She just claps.
Until then, Daredevil was schooling her.
They weren't even touching each other.
But Daredevil didn't want to hurt her.
She's like, I'm going to kick your ass. And he's like, my ass remains unkicked. And I'm like, oh, no.
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock. Oh, you never would have said this before. Why? So She-Hulk gets all horned up watching Daredevil kick ass while they beat up a bunch of goons that have shitty crossbows and crowbars.
I think... Yeah, I don't know what the crowbars were.
Was this supposed to be making fun of Leapfrog, that he has goons, but they're all terrible?
I think the pun was they had poison darts for frogs, and stuff like that. I don't know.
This is really beneath Daredevil to do this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And She-Hulk, he's just beating up all the guys, and She-Hulk's just watching and getting all horned up.
Yeah. Oh, that's my man. Oh,
okay. So Jen and Murdoch hook up, and the next morning, Murdoch does the walk of shame in his costume while not holding his heels, but holding his boots.
Right.
Why wouldn't you just wear the boots?
I don't know.
They're not heels.
And why would you leave in the morning, too, like that?
In your costume.
Oh, fuck. I didn't bring my suit. I just came in here in my Daredevil suit.
Yeah, it's very stupid. Yeah.
I can't call an Uber, I guess.
And of course, we don't see any of the banging. We just see their feet when they close the door, and it's okay, that's great. Mm-hmm. And then She-Hulk, because she saved the tailor, he makes her the gala dress for Female Lawyer of the Year awards, where didn't like 5 women win the award?
Yeah, no one woman is good enough to win Female Woman of the Award. Come on.
Woman of the award?
Woman of the Year.
Female Lawyer of the Year? Yeah, it wasn't Female Lawyers of the Year. Mm-hmm. So then the Intelligentsia Agency plays her and Josh fucking in front of everyone.
She-Hulk's a slut. Rah, 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 rah,
Yeah.
slut. Rah. And the dad in the background's like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Can I watch this? I'll watch this. Yeah. We don't know why this agency hates her in the first place.
Right.
But they do, and they're showing her sex tape. And then her colleague's like, don't do it, Jen. I'm like, oh, so she should just let everyone, including her parents, watch her sex tape?
Well, yeah. I got what she was saying. Like, don't give them the satisfaction of getting mad and, and raging out or whatever.
Then the worst part of the show is when she roars. And it's so unnatural. She's like, she's like, what?
I'm a woman out of control.
Oh, now you're a Hulk? Okay. So there's one episode left. And like, we don't have a villain.
No.
And Hulk's at, what is that place? Where's that fucking planet? He's in that other planet.
I don't remember where he went. Oh,
no,
yeah.
not Sicaria. That's
I can't remember where he went, but he floated off. So I doubt we'll see the Hulk again.
I think he'll come back. Again. I think he'll come back for the finale.
And we're certainly not going to see Daredevil again. He was only in one episode.
Maybe.
They said he was only going to be in one episode.
Oh, well, all right then.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But I thought it was kind of funny, like, the day before, they put all this stuff out, like, hey, make sure to watch. Daredevil's going to be here this week.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like, I wonder how Marvel's seeing the show, and obviously no one's watching it, so they have to make sure people watch it.
Well, yeah, everyone hates this fucking show.
I'm sure we're going to see, like, oh, guys, you're going to have to watch it because we're finally going to have a villain this week.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine, like, Blonsky's going to finally become Abomination, because what was the point of him being on the show if he's not going to do something?
That's why I don't think that the Hulk comes back, because maybe Abomination.
Well, Tim Roth said in interviews that he has a scene with the Hulk.
Oh, does he? Well,
yeah. He says him and Bruce have a scene. So I imagine everyone's going to be like, yeah, Abomination's going to reveal his plan, whatever the fuck that is, if there is a plan.
Does he? I don't know if he has a plan. Maybe he's just a good guy now.
He's not.
You don't think so?
No. Why would he be in the show? Even these writers can't fuck this up.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, they fucked up the show, but still, like,
they fucked up Daredevil, Andrew.
They fucked up everyone. They fucked up She-Hulk. That's the worst crime. It's the star of your show. She-Hulk's supposed to be like a strong, independent woman. This is not the definition of a strong, independent woman.
Yeah, she seems
always looking for, like, always needing a man to like her. And
she needs a man in her life.
She's so insecure. Like, this is not.
Now, listen. I want myself a woman, but it's not like I need a woman in my life. Well, no,
you do. You do.
I do.
Yeah.
Maybe I am a lot more like She-Hulk than I thought. Yes. I'm the Jennifer Walters of the show.
You're a terrible lawyer. All right, let's talk about Amsterdam. I really like this movie. Okay, let's look at this cast. So you got Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Alessandro Nivola, who is in many Saints of Newark, Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Rock, Michael Shannon, Mike Myers, Taylor Swift, even though she was barely in it, Timothy Olyphant, who was one of the main bad guys, Zoe Saldana, Rami Malek, and Robert De Niro.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's insane. And then a lot of other like actors that, you also know, but they're not, big movie stars or anything like that.
Right. Well, the dead general played in Arrested Development for so long.
He was also in Better Call Saul.
Yeah, he was. That's right. Yeah. He was one of the final, he was the lawyers on that company that Saul worked for and quit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love
how it was a star-studded.
I love
cast.
how all the movie stars just walk into the frame. Like it's like, oh, who's gonna be next? Oh, right. I mean, this movie. I think it only estimated made $7 million. This opening, like, it did really bad,
and not even enough to cover Chris Rock's fee.
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought it was kind of funny when you mentioned in one of the scenes, I think it was like you had like 4 mega stars in the scene. Then you have like some random nurse that comes in. And it's so, how weird is that to be like that random person that comes in and has to interact with these mega stars?
Yeah.
Must be so weird.
You got 4 mega stars and then just you, lady. Okay, so now it went up a little bit. Oh, no. Okay, wait.
Our
no.
$12? We were in this massive theater, and it was me, Andrew, and one other guy.
I was trying to find the updated number, but I read yesterday that it was like they estimated it was going to make $7 million after Friday.
I think it might pick up more, but I don't think it's gonna, I don't think it's gonna beat the 7 million mark from this week.
No,
It's kind of weird. Like these big, mega star-studded cast movies, they don't necessarily do very well.
Well,
at the box office.
This movie I think was promoted very poorly. It was barely promoted at all.
Right.
We were just like, oh, this movie's coming out. Oh, okay, cool. Let's go see it. Plus, it's not a big action movie. No one knows what the movie's about till you go see it. It's really hard to market this kind of movie.
And really, you don't really know what the movie's about until halfway through.
Yeah, it's true.
It ends up being a whodunit, but it's fun.
Kind of. I mean, yeah. Again, I really like the movie. David Russell, I really like him. He made The Fighter, which is a true story. And a lot of that, like, really happened. I mean, it's about a famous boxer. Mm-hmm. He also made Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle, which was also loosely based on a true story. But I think out of all of his movies, like, this is the one where it's like, okay, pretty much none of this happened.
This was the most loosely based.
We're watching this, we're like, what the fuck? Nazis? A Nazi group, like, infiltrated the United States and tried to overthrow the president? And then it got stuck. Like, no, none of that happened.
No. I mean, I would imagine there probably was things like that, but never got that close to happening.
Right.
Always
like the Committee of the Five logo. It looks like a swastika. That's when I was like, oh, it's Nazis. It looks just like a swastika.
Well,
but that wasn't really what happened.
No, well, even still, one of the things at the end of the movie when they're Christian Bale's doing his wrap up, like, we all should have known, seeing the swastika in his front yard, but you can't tell what a swastika is from level.
Yeah,
from you can tell what a swastika is from anywhere.
Well, no, not if you're. Those were high bushes.
I think you could still.
So
tell
if you're
them.
walking, but he even said at the time no one knew what a swastika was anyway. Maybe.
But
no, again, like the movie. This movie does a great job showing how awful the aftermath of war is.
Oh God, gruesome. There were
they all
so
got
many gruesome
metal
scenes.
shrapnel in their faces, and now,
Christian Bale has a fake eye.
He's got a fake
He
eye.
keeps on
Christian Bale.
putting it in throughout
Christian
the
Bale
movie.
is so amazing. He's such an amazing actor. He can play anyone.
There was this one scene where he's having like an intense conversation with somebody. It's like the camera's shooting up at him, right?
Well, it's a
and
Dutch,
his eye
and,
is still-
and it's a Dutch angle, and his eye is just going the wrong way. It's so fucking great.
but he's having like an intense conversation.
Yeah.
But I think in that moment you're supposed to laugh.
Of course. No, this movie is a comedy. This movie's a comedy first.
It's a comedy.
I mean, that would be the number one reason I would recommend it to someone is it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, I really think it's fun. Like when Christian Bale and Zoe Saldana are flirting while doing the autopsy, and they're showing them like open up this guy's stomach.
It's graphic.
And you're like, ugh! But like they're like all in love with each other.
They're like holding hands as they're scooping out someone's stomach. It's really creepy. There is some very, very graphic and gory scenes of them like trying to stitch together veterans and stuff like that. But it is fun and it's lighthearted,
I've always been fascinated by people who lived during these wars because they had such interesting lives.
Sure.
Like, yes, maybe it certainly wasn't the easiest life. But like I would have my dad, because my dad was a Marine during Vietnam.
Okay.
But he didn't go back then. Like Marines were like the last ones that went. So like he actually didn't go fight in Vietnam or anything. Like he didn't have any battle action or whatever.
Okay.
But like his story is so fascinating to me that like I love when he tells it to me, and it's like I feel like when I have such a boring life compared to like these people that lived during the war.
Well,
Because like in Amsterdam, they go fight. Where were they? They fought in France.
France, yes.
They go fight in the war in France. Their faces they get fucked up. And then Margot Robbie's their nurse. That's not bad at all, having Margot Robbie as your nurse.
No,
and then
not at all.
John David Washington and her fall in love. And then the three of them go to Amsterdam together for like, what, a year or two?
Something like that.
They have the great... And then they go back to their real lives. It's just like, wow, what a life. Because that actually happened.
Yeah.
Like that happened. Like my grandfather, he was from Norway. And then he went and fought in World War II. And then he got injured. And I don't know why, but he ended up in New York, and that's where he met my grandmother, and they fell in love and everything. And then, like, years later, like, this happened, I think it happened 5 years ago. I got a message from a woman on Facebook.
Oh?
That said that she is actually my mom's, like, half-sister.
Oh, wow.
Because before my grandfather went to the war, he got his girlfriend pregnant, and he never knew. He never knew.
Yeah, well, that could happen. You're right. Wow.
He left, and like this woman said, like the day he left, my mother was going to tell him that she was pregnant.
Oh man!
And then he left to go fight in the war.
That's
and it was
crazy.
like, holy shit!
And that probably could have changed the trajectory of his history had he had known
Yes,
that
right,
he had
maybe.
a child.
But back then, you just went to war. That was how it was.
But he might have been like more cautious or something like that, which probably would have,
Maybe
worse or something like that. Yeah, it's so crazy how things like that happen.
That's why when people say like, "Hey, if you can go back in time and kill Hitler, would you?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I wouldn't be born if Hitler." I mean, really, none of us would be born. Everyone would, like, the whole course of history would have changed.
So drastic.
Your
It would
father's
change.
sperm, maybe, he didn't bang your mom at that specific time, and a different tadpole got in there. Or they just met someone else. But no, that was the whole baby boomer generation.
Yeah, it is kind of, my grandpa.
Everyone came back from the war and then banged.
Yeah, those war years were pretty interesting. My grandpa was on a submarine in, not a submarine, he was on a boat in World War II.
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool hearing some of those stories.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like I have such a boring life compared to these people.
Yeah, well, life was tough back then.
And an
Andrew.
easy life, yeah, compared to people that were in the war and saw terrible things.
Well, speaking of life being tough, one of the things that wasn't real in Amsterdam was the scene. When they were doing when they were watching that newsreel, and they were showing like all those people marching on Washington, kind of like a January 6th type of thing.
Right.
That actually did not happen. However, there was a speech that the general was based on a general called Smiley Butler.
Right, that's who De Niro was playing. They changed his name. They changed everyone's name in this movie. But
right. Now, what he did do is he did show up that time in Washington.
Well, but
he was
the
just there
veterans
for
still
support.
did go there.
Right, and they
Yeah.
just went there just to protest.
Right.
Oddly enough, and really shitty by the U.S. government, and I remember reading this in school, the army actually burnt down their camps.
Right.
And that's how they got sent back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never actually marched on the Capitol.
But no, it's you were saying it during the movie that like this holds up in 2022.
Right.
And it's 100 years later almost.
Almost 100
90 years later, right?
Pretty close, though.
And even there's flashbacks where it's like from 1918. So really that's 100 years later and the same thing holds up. Veterans can't get any help.
Veterans can't get any help. There's always evil companies that are trying to do shit.
The evil the big corporations run the United States. It's the same thing. And when De Niro's like he's making his big speech at the end, and he's like, "Don't let them take this country from you." And he was like, "Well, too late. They took the country from us."
It's been taken for a while, buddy.
Yeah. So no,
but yeah, that seems to be the only real character in the movie was Smiley Butler.
Yeah.
While there are a lot of characters that could have been like these guys, that was the only one that I guess this was based on. Both of his speeches in the movie, apparently those were real.
Yeah,
And
they
we
just
saw
didn't.
the
They
one
just
at the
happened
end.
at different times.
Right. The one at the end we saw, apparently
Yeah.
that wasn't, that was to Congress.
Right.
And not to.
Yeah, they
like,
showed the real footage of the guy doing it.
Yeah, not like an actual room that he talked to or.
But like again, they called him a kook because he had no real evidence that any of this was real.
Right.
So like
But it's
They made this whole movie based on a rumor, basically.
a rumor that's believable enough to actually have happened. Because I
Yeah.
think we do believe that stuff like that could have happened.
Of
But we
course.
definitely don't have any evidence.
But what they were trying to say in this movie was that the Nazis were involved, and
Right.
according to the true story, that was not the case at all.
Yeah,
the Nazis were not involved.
Yeah, I was reading a lot of stuff by Slate that did a lot of research on this.
That's
'cause
what
they
I
were-
read it from too. Yeah,
Yeah, because they were, I guess, researching a book that written about Smiley Butler.
yeah.
The other thing I thought was
Also, that Smiley Butler, like all of his medals were for like terrible things that he did to other countries.
I bet he didn't seem like a very very nice man.
Apparently, he murdered a bunch of people in Haiti. Whereas this movie, they try to make him seem like he's like, you know, this American hero,
Right.
which I guess he was.
Well, we should have known when that creepy lady, Joy,
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy was just all enthralled with him.
Yeah.
and she ended up being one of the main
Well,
baddies.
I mean, one of my favorite parts was when Margot Robbie shot both of them in the face.
Just
And
keep
then
talking.
and then they snapped back. She really didn't do it, and she was like, "Oh no, I was just thinking about shooting them in the face, but I won't do it."
Yeah, and then she puts
like
her gun up.
Michael Myers and Michael Shannon were like, "Oh, that would have ruined everything. We would have had no case. That's terrible."
Those two guys, I love the chemistry those two guys
They were
had. They were
funny.
funny. They were like bumbling idiots, but they were
Yeah.
kind of fun too.
They were fun.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
One of the things that I saw from that Slate research was that, the battalion of black soldiers that were led by white commanders, that actually did happen.
Yeah.
They were called the Harlem, what was it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we'll give them some, the Harlem Hellboys.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of cool, throwing some.
But
stuff
Christian
like that.
Bale, I think, is the most sympathetic character in this movie because his wife and in-laws send him to war to die. Like, his wife hates him his whole life, and all he wants is
Love.
You could have been with Margot Robbie, but whatever.
I don't think Margot Robbie was interested in him.
Well, they could have had like a three-way relationship. Who knows?
Maybe.
Like a Three's Company type of thing. No. But not even that. But you could have had some other woman in Amsterdam.
Oh, for sure.
And by the way, I wonder what it was like for these women to date these like mangled men back then. It's like they come back from war, they're missing an arm, or in Christian Bale's and John David Washington, like their faces are fucked
Well,
up.
that's what his wife said when they met, or when they.
Well,
were,
yeah, later
said,
she's like,
my
"Oh, you
God,
look
you're
disgusting."
grotesque.
Yeah, it's like, what a fucking
I
bitch.
know. I
And when
can't
she-
do it no more.
When she finally, he's not British in the movie, you idiot.
That's what it sounded like.
But when he finally stands up to her at the end and tells her to fuck off, that was a great moment.
It was, and then the wife was just like, "Okay, I'm gonna go talk to that tennis star."
Yeah. I like when he
Fuck that
goes
wife.
to the house and then she's like, "Oh, there you are," and and then it cuts to him and he's just standing there looking like a corpse. He's like, "Hey, here I am." You could dress up as Christian Bale for Halloween from this fucking movie.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. But no, then at the end when they, John David Washington and Margot Robbie, they leave the United States to go be together. We don't know where they went. And you just want Christian Bale to go with them.
That's where he was happiest.
But he got Zoe Saldana, so that's not
I
bad.
mean, that's an excellent, second prize. That's not bad. It's not like
It's
it
not
was
bad at
fucking
all.
Barbie anyways.
No.
Yeah.
But they're both gorgeous, so
Yeah.
why not? So there you go.
Good movie.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah, for sure. Even if none of it happened.
Yeah. Even if none of it happened. Even if the character they were depicting was an asshole.
Yeah. De Niro's character.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's do some fan questions. Joey Cage, yo, I don't care. Matt Murdock / Daredevil was great, and he hit on the first night. I mean, he's the best part of the show, but again, it's like a watered down PG version of Daredevil.
I was fine with Daredevil until the Walk of Shame. The Walk of Shame I was like, come on, guys. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What man does that?
That was the joke.
I know.
Funny, right? Jerry Yang, did you all see the X-Men Wolverine costume was confirmed for the next Deadpool? Are you disappointed that it was spoiled? I thought a surprise would have been better, so I hate how these things get leaked. So I think it got leaked by me, because when we first talked about this, I said he's got to be in the Wolverine costume. I don't know who leaked this.
I didn't didn't see it. So they did confirm he's going to be in the actual costume.
I did not see that at all. I did not see that.
I mean,
at
it's
all.
hard not to believe he is not going to be in it, right?
Yeah.
He has to be.
There's plenty. Look, it's just like wrestling. There's plenty of dirt sheet sources.
Were you disappointed with Bray Wyatt? You know, I'm sure you were not disappointed with Bray Wyatt.
No. Hugh Jackman gets classic Wolverine costume. Hugh Jackman rumored to finally get Wolverine costume. This is from bamsmackpow.com. Yeah, I mean, come on. What is that?
Is that our new website name?
Yeah, Screen Rant. They're all saying like rumors that it's possible. Yeah, that's what I said on the show.
Yeah.
I said I think it's possible we see the costume.
Exactly.
So no, I don't think it ruins anything.
It's not ruined.
If they put in the trailer, yeah, that'd be ruining it.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be an awesome trailer moment, but I think you should save it for the film. Carlos Ramirez, I really hope the leader is in the next episode. If not, hit the MJF button. Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, you would think so, but never run out of time.
Uh-huh. The Rizzler, you guys consider an 80s action movie star bracket? Steven Seagal versus Van Damme, Arnold versus Stallone, Bruce Willis versus Mel Gibson, Kurt Russell versus Wesley Snipes. Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know who'd win. Arnold.
Do that one day. Jonathan Ramos, I'll keep it short and selfish. Today is my 35th birthday. So a shout out from you two fellows would be pretty sweet after waking up balls early to do my first and last 10K run at the zoo.
A 10K run?
The smell of animal shit really did help me push to go faster. Wow.
Yeah,
well, good for you there, Jonathan Ramos.
Yeah, good for you.
Happy birthday,
Jonathan. Happy 35th birthday. You pee all the time now. After you get past 35, you start peeing all the time.
I think that's more to say about your health problems. But
Oh,
Luis
maybe.
Vasquez, hey guys, just wanted to give my review for the movie I saw this week. Bros, 4 out of 10. Overall, first off, I'm not at all homophobic. Oh, that's not good.
That
One of
was
my favorite LGB movies is Bruno. I don't think Bruno's an LGBT movie, bro.
Doesn't he make fun of LGBT?
He said Bros was straight up boring. Yeah, I mean, Bruno was, if anything, making fun of it.
Right.
I don't think it was that. St. Lopez, who's your favorite 80s villain?
favorite
Probably
80s
Biff Tannen
villain.
from Back to the Future.
That probably could be true because he was in 3 different movies, and I can't think of another villain that was so that was in a bunch of different things either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it, but Biff Tannen's probably the leader.
Pop Culture Junkie, for $10 million each would... For $10 million each, would Andrew and Josh reenact the naked fight scene from the movie Borat, including the chase through the hotel, the convention room, and when will this be available on Patreon?
For $1 million, I'll do that.
It's funny, Josh does look like Azamat.
I do not.
kinda
I'm a
interesting.
much more fit Azamat for sure.
Omar, why aren't we reviewing scary movies yet? I vote 6 cents. It's spooky month, damn it.
We did review a scary movie. Technically, last week was considered a horror thriller.
What was last week?
Last week was Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was pretty.
It was more of a thriller.
That had some terrifying moments. All that eye work. Ew.
Jason Deerham says, don't tell me you haven't watched Werewolf by Night yet.
Oh shit,
no.
that's the Marvel one.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Maybe
was
I'll
out yet.
try it and we'll see what happens.
I heard it's really gruesome.
Willie B. Hardigan, can Josh please get over it and let us get to the scary? I mean, next week we're doing Halloween Ends.
No,
That's
that's
next
next
week.
week. Oh
Yeah.
shit! Is that the week that Eric's going to be on?
I don't know. Also, F. Mary Kill, Bride of Frankenstein's Monster, Bride of Chucky, The Doll Form, and The Bride of Andrade. What the fuck?
That's actually pretty funny. I don't know.
Rampager, top 4 TV show theme songs. I mean, Sopranos has got to be up there. Woke up this morning, got yourself a gun. I don't know.
Yeah, that was even in She-Hulk.
Cheers. Cheers has got to be up there. Lucky we said top 4.
I can't think of any.
It's because a lot of new shows now don't have like great
Catchy
theme songs.
theme songs.
Like Breaking Bad was just like a 10-second,
Right.
tune. Like it's not even a song.
I really like the Succession song. It's kind of cool. It's just piano music. It's really kind of chilling.
Right.
Succession,
Anything else?
good show. No. Can't think of it.
All right, well, that's all for fan questions. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast wherever you're viewing us. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod. And we'll see you next week. It's the season finale of She-Hulk.
Thank God.
And we didn't get to... we actually are recording this before House of Dragon, so we don't have to record at midnight. So maybe we'll talk about House of Dragon as a whole once the season's over.
Sure.
But yeah, next week, season finale of She-Hulk, and we'll review Halloween Ends. So
Scary.
see you next week.